My name is Ian Shepard. I am applying to the radio stream of NAIT's radio and television program. Um, I think I draw inspiration to do this just from my love of talking, about any relevant topic, specifically sports. For me, that's my main subject, I guess, of interest. I have a wide range of every sport, every major sport right now. I could talk about it for hours if you gave me the opportunity to. And just my passion to entertain and to just kind of be that voice for people. Having a background in theater, I've always enjoyed just kind of bringing a smile to someone's face, or maybe leaving them feeling something that they hadn't felt before, before seeing the production. Whether it's leaving them feeling, something new, or just letting them kind of open and develop, opinions on a wide range of trending topics around the world. I love the idea of just, building a forum to open discussion and hearing new and unique opinions from all kinds of people. I would love to be a place where, people can kind of become informed, maybe on news from anything around the world, or maybe they can learn something new about the world or even about themselves through hearing and understanding new opinions, or maybe strengthening their own as well. For me, a typical day in radio, it equals the effort you put into it, just like anything else. I think you set up your show with your host or with your producer. You want to keep a very good, strong sense of communication about the show, going into even the next day's show, scripting it all out, and just kind of bouncing things off of each other, making sure that everything is tight. If there's any breaking news that might occur, or any new stories that might drop in between there, you want to get together and kind of quickly find a way to work that into the show to keep people informed, to keep people wanting to listen. As a producer, you'd set up call-in guests, you'd get the phone lines ready, making sure you can get the best people you can get in order to make your show more desirable, more interesting. Hard work and dedication is the key. I mean, putting it together, making a good quality show, that is the most important thing. You need to know your show inside and out, and just have a very good in-depth understanding of the surrounding topics, while holding a strong conversation on those topics, and just being able to analyze, to be able to see a story and kind of pick it apart. Again, for me, if sports is my main interest, being able to analyze the big games from the night before and find the interesting things to pull from those games, to be able to talk about, to be able to bring together, to be able to create discussion on. That is very important. That is very key. You need to develop all of that information into a solid script and just present that in a way that people are instantly intrigued. You need to know your audience. You need to know who you're playing to. You need to know who to keep interested. If you don't know who's listening, then you're not going to know what they want to hear. And they're the ones keeping you behind the mic. So that's definitely important. There's going to be days that are long, long 15-hour days, full of hard work. There's going to be some days that maybe are a little bit slower, a little bit less news, less things going on in the world. If you're doing sports, again, maybe it's a slow year and there's not much to talk about, but you need to find things to talk about. You need to pull any little story you can and put it together. Again, in the end, regardless of how long the day is, it's the hard work. It's the hard work that pays off in the end, and it'll show with an intrigued audience, an in tune audience, and a very happy one at that. For me, an outgoing, friendly, vocal personality that is very important in radio for obvious reasons. Being able to just hold the conversation, and not only that, but being quick on your feet, being witty, being articulate is very important. Again, my background in theater, it has kind of left me with an innate ability to kind of come up with things on the fly when needed, but also staying true to the script. You want to stick to the script, stick to your story, your key elements. But there are times where maybe you have to kind of go, on the fly a little bit and make things work. But I feel like I've developed that really well with the amount of experience I've had on stage even. I feel that I have a great sense of kind of building a schedule, planning things out with my everyday job. I'm writing schedules, a lot, kind of planning things out a lot. And so that's something I've really been able to kind of build on and do, a lot of, I guess, work on a lot over the last little while, and build that kind of up. And I feel that I can hold a conversation quite well, especially again with sports. I could talk about sports all day if you let me, but just I I would like to kind of broaden my range, I guess, on other topics. I mean, I am in tune with music, with movies, news, global news, all kinds of stuff like that. But just to kind of broaden that a little bit more, to have a really good understanding, so that you can talk about anything, is probably something I'd really like to build on. As well as I love to talk and be in an open discussion, but just kind of building a little bit more on taking more chances and kind of, in terms of starting the conversation or the discussion and really being the one to kind of raise that flag or that question, and not be afraid to talk about certain things. I think that's something that I could probably build on a little bit more. I listen to radio, honestly, on a regular basis. I watch a lot of news-based programs as well, whether it's global news or sports stations. I listen to TSN radio pretty much every day. Whether it's first thing in the morning before work or when I come home and I'm doing things around the house, the radio is always on. I'm also a pretty avid user of the iHeartRadio app. So if I'm not at home, if I'm out for a walk or if I'm headed to work, got the headphones in, radio's on. So it's definitely a major part of my life. For me, when I think of the most ideal, perfect job, it would probably have to be producing sports radio talk show. But as my personal choice, but I'm completely open and flexible to honestly anything. I'm always willing to try something at least once. Whether it be in any other field, music, movies, again, anything. News. I mean, I love just talking about news. Politics, all of it. I would love to be wherever you want me to be. I understand flexibility is important. I'm more than willing to be flexible and to work at being flexible. So if sports isn't where I need to be, I'll go wherever I need to go. I'm always willing to try something new, that's for sure. In terms of, a starting salary, I'm not picky with that at all. I mean, it wouldn't really matter to me. Just getting my foot in the door, I think, would be, reward enough. Whatever the average base salary is, I'm more than happy to take that. And I'm motivated to work hard to get whatever I can get. I understand that's how life works. You take what you start with and you work hard and you see where it takes you, and that's more than acceptable to me. For me, ideally, I would like to stay in the city of Edmonton and in the area for sure. But I understand that work is everywhere, and sometimes you have to go where work is, and that's fine with me. I am totally open to the idea of going anywhere I need to go, seeing new places around the country, and kind of learning from that, and just I understand, again, flexibility is important, so I'm willing to go where I need to, for sure. For me, radio is something that I've been listening to since I was a kid. I've always had a major interest in it, and it's something I've debated with, and I know this is what I want to do. Being a little bit older, I'll be 27 in the summer, so I'm dedicated. I'm motivated, and I'm ready to work. I'm ready to do it. This is what I want. This is definitely where I want to be, for sure. So with that, I thank you, and I definitely appreciate the opportunity for this application.